just...
I heard Bill Cosby fell down the stairs in jail. Did you hear this? It's like, first date, Dateline, Los Angeles. Bill Cosby, first day of prison, falls down the stairs. So he's like, oh shit.
I love dropping a mic, huh?
I'm good at it.
Don't
also
people
got
keep
hit in the head.
keep throwing sandwiches at him?
Yeah, he
too?
got hit in the head with a stale hot dog bun on early the first week.
People keep food fighting him.
I
too.
have to imagine, when you hear that, don't you think, oh, must be nice to be so famous that basically you have he got a bun thrown at him? I'm like, the day after I'm in prison, I'm going to have whatever tattoo the strongest dude told me to get. I will have shanked anyone smaller than me I was told to shank. I will have been.
It's like that. Did you ever watch that I Love You, Philip Morris story? That movie where Jim Carrey is the new guys it just got to prison. He goes, well, if they start beating you up, always fight back, or you could suck their dick. Like that. You could, either wash their clothes for them, or you could suck your dick, suck their dick. Everybody's like, the answer is suck their dick, and the last thing, and you can suck my dick now.
And that's not real.
So what is
That's
not right?
not real. There's a lot of homophobia in prison.
Okay.
That's true.
Well,
that
doesn't mean this character, Jim Carrey's character, is talking to another guy and saying these options.
Right.
Shout out to our imprisoned podcast listeners.
Sure.
Which I don't know if podcasting is a thing.
Thanks
in prison.
for throwing that hot dog bun at Bill Cosby. Let's see if we can outdo it next week.
I do want to let
corn.
you know I have a pet peeve about this. I don't like that our society thinks that it's totally fucking kosher. This idea that there's you go to prison, which is supposed to be a bad place. And I'm not being a prude and saying let's stop making jokes about it. I think it's fucked up that we all have this understanding that and then when you get in there it's fucking horrible and like in ways that make no sense and that weren't ordered by a judge. Like you could get raped and you could get murdered and it all depends on whether or not and we all just go yeah, that's what prison is like because it should be a bad place. I'm like, come on, these people these are the only people you caught and that showed up to court and made themselves available to handcuffs. Make a fucking life for them in the joint. It's probably, this Alaska Airlines flight made me want to go legit. No leg room for 5 hours. I was I was on my back, my feet are on the ceiling. I am pretty sure prison's always going to be a drag. Let's stop accepting that it's Escape from New York and that where you're going, I heard Bubba's gonna fuck your butt. That's so fucked up. I'm not saying the jokes aren't, don't make jokes about that. I'm saying
Are you saying we should make prison better or stop joking that it's bad?
We should, no, jokes schmokes. I'm saying if we're going to have the largest prison population in the world,
Let's put a little effort in.
We should
Let's make it
start
nice.
looking at prison the way we look at other shit, where we're like, well, here's, tell them America sent you. The prison system is basically a huge, gigantic fucking part of the American experience. Let's define ourselves by how rehabilitative it is and how much it prepares you to be the next Elon Musk. Let's show the world and go this dude, grand larceny, didn't have a chance. Every fucking...
By the time you get out,
sign off on him.
We're going to reform you into a rich douchebag.
Got out of the joint, invested in Tesla, and fucking started his own playwright.
Elon Musk. Is Elon Musk becoming the least likable person? Every time you read a news story about this guy, he's just becoming a bigger twat.
And there's Nazis, Jeff.
Huh?
There's Nazis.
Oh, right.
I just get scared because I truly do say I believe it's possible for me to go to prison. I mean, I was fucking acting badass about searching my laptop to some TSA guy. If you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, you end up in prison. The people are gonna say, well, Dan Harmon's in prison, and then they're gonna go, well, then he's probably gonna get raped. And I'm like that. Imagine how that feels. When you're behind the door. What do you mean probably gonna get? What? That's not on the menu. That should be a thing I sign up for. All right, well, Okay, preaching to the choir, or I don't know what.
You definitely
or,
shouldn't sign up for prison, though. That's true.
We might be in like I think this theater. There's a prison being built across the street, and all of these guys live in the attic, and they're like, "Come on, fair's fair. We don't want this prison." Okay. It's all
prisons,
local politics. That's why they're
there's all
not.
this crazy shit with prisons because they're all owned by companies and shit.
Yeah.
We should open a fucking prison and make it the
Yeah.
best fucking prison that people like. I'll tell you a little tidbit.
Harmon jail.
I got in trouble.
Let's open a Harmon
We
jail.
could just
Harmon
just
jail.
put bars on the rest
audience.
of society and
Yeah.
call ourselves prisoners of. We could say we were locked away.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's in the mood to follow me on some gimmick for the podcast because they really got that moon payoff.
What's your tidbit? You said you had a tidbit.
I was saying like I think I could start a cool prison because when I was a kid, I got caught smoking a cigarette in the parking lot at school in high school. I was with 3 other girls. The vice principal walked down, made eye contact with me, saw that I clearly was smoking, but I had enough time to like warn my friends, so they put their cigarettes out, and I took the fall for all of them. And like the principal, she fucking knew. She in the office, she was like, "Look, I have to like call your parents. It is a big thing, but like I want to give you props. Like I saw what you did back there. Cool on you. You know, like there was an unspoken thing. At least I think.
We like organized crime.
But what happened was, since she felt, I think sympathetic toward me, she was like, "Listen, I'm not going to suspend you. I'm going to make this like limited thing where it's just lunchtime detention, and all of you guys are going to have to go because like I know you guys weren't even allowed to be in the parking lot. So it was like lunchtime detention in this room, right? We had to go every day and eat lunch there." By the end of the week, people were fucking getting in trouble on purpose to be part of Lunch Bunch. We wound up having our own page in our yearbook.
Okay, all right.
It caught on, is what I'm saying. And part of it was, at first, people were just coming to hang out with us, and then it was like, no, you have to get into Lunch Bunch, you have to actually get in, so you have to get into trouble, because the teacher, Mr. Sherrod, was like, he outlawed it. And so then they were getting in trouble. Yeah.
What?
Mr. Sherrod.
Oh, okay.
okay.
I thought say
That's what
Sherrod.
I'm talking about.
Sorry,
Like,
Mr.
God.
Sherrod. Sorry,
How old
Mr.
do you
Sherrod.
think I am?
I have a question.
I'm your teacher.
Lunch Bunch sounds like an awesome sequel to Breakfast Club. And there's Dinner Sinners, and you got the whole.
It is a good, but I mean, really.
Hold on. Let's not talk about
it. It
it.
gets right to that point, which is that society is
Remake.
supposed to. Well, at least the liberal side of society says you're supposed to be defined by the treatment, the experience
The
you have
nutrition
as the
commission.
lowest person, right? So, like, where's this if someone were to propose prison reform and say like, when you go to prison, actually you get kind of a fucking break. Like this nightmare for people who are like, fuck them. It's like, isn't there this like really easy thick line where it's like, well, then it sounds like you want to go to prison, which isn't the same with gay marriage and drugs and all this. There's always this debate between people who are like, well, what? Then everyone just starts smoking joints all the time? What the fuck? What's to stop me from smoking a joint? And that's always the other person on the other side of the room. It's like, sounds like you want to fucking smoke a joint. Or you're worried that if you do, you're gonna punch somebody, or that you're not gonna, or that you're gonna die, or that you think. And it's like with prison reform, it's kind of like, what is our real worry that if you grow up in a shitty neighborhood and you end up sentenced of a crime, and then you like, we're worried that the slippery slope is that everyone's gonna want to go to prison, and like. What if you pushed that gas pedal down and we're like, yeah, make a society where everyone wants to go to prison. Figure it out. By the time you figure out how to create that society, I think you're going to have accidentally created a proper...
It fixes itself.
Because you're going to be like, well, then why is it prison? And then you're going to be like, yeah,
Come out of prison a better person is what you're
No,
saying.
I don't. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
you ruined
no,
everything.
no.
I was being so clear. They were silent because I was being clear. You ruined it. That's the way I choose to remember this, which I will not in 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I ruined the show with my pontifications about society, but I feel like in my head there's like a definition, like the podcast has to be like 70% how we got here, even though we were drunk, and then I choose to make 30% somehow educational or something.
It was good.
It's a throwback to my 80s education. That was like public access programming was born of that. They're like, well, we'll give you a monopoly over television, the cable company, but you have to let poor people use cameras.
It's
and they're
a new
like,
segment on our
fine,
show.
fine.
It's a new segment on our show called "The More You Drink."